Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Lego the Lord of the Rings. Let's continue the story. So I think there's 2 more levels. It feels like there should be 2 more levels. We got some horses here. Let's ride these horses down the path. Well, apparently I can't open the path unless I switch to Legolas and hit it. There we go. That's kind of cool. That's the first time in this game we've had to actually interact with anything besides that very quick quest that we had to do way back, a long time ago at the beginning. We have to put that together. I don't have to look for groups of hopping Legos throughout Middle or smash them to reveal mithril bricks. Okay, well, that's good to know. But I care not. I want to do the story. The connecting tissue between those sections, I think, are going to be a lot of mountains like this. And I think that's... In fact, I might very well be just walking backwards on a mountain we've already walked through. Sometimes I think I might be. Why is this guy taking me? Into the swamp we go. This is quite a journey that they're really trying to tempt me into distracting myself. This is a lot further than we've ever had to run before. I think this will work better without the horses. It's gonna be ironic if I... Well, not ironic, it's gonna be silly if after doing all this traveling, it's just gonna have me hit the Y button and go to Frodo. Where are we? We're in the dead marshes. First time we've been here. So we zoom... No, zoom out. It's quite a lot of area. So, Sauron's gaze is on Mount Doom and we need to probably... Our goal here is probably to draw his gaze away from Mount Doom. Will this be done by an actual level, or is it simply going to become a cutscene, as we've seen so many other cutscenes? Well, we're to the Black Gate. That was a pretty big journey. Look at all the things that were revealed around there. So it's gonna be a lot of gameplay running around, doing those things, doing all the extra free play stuff. It's really gonna change, be its own separate game. It's 2 games in one, or 2 halves of games combined that are very different. And I love the concept of open world.
Let the Lord of the Black Land come forth!
But it has to be in addition, not because the regular levels are missing. Right now the regular levels are definitely missing, they're very short.
By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand! Men of the West!
Now, the descriptions of Middle-earth apparently show you nothing about what would be more east of Mordor. So there's decent possibility. Well, there's room for fan fiction, what you could say. There's many more groups, many more things going on in that section. Plus, there's the ocean further to the west. You could put more continents in that. I guess that's true for almost any fantasy story. You could always add a new island, add a new continent. As long as the world you're talking about has oceans, always look for more fan fiction. Although, as popular as Lord kinda is, it's surprising that there isn't that it's come to the light of general popularity. I guess it makes sense though. If you're a really good writer, the book starts not just set in a way where it might actually sell. Why set it in Middle Earth when you might just set it in a land like Westeros and then have the Game of Thrones books? That world's not too dissimilar from Middle Earth. Again, we're doing one of these battles, which we did like 2 levels ago. Fighting this over. A lot of stuff is happening here just cause. I don't know how in any game you really are gonna do a great job of these huge battles. They just don't work in video games. Because in video games, you are usually playing as a singular hero, or at least a small group of heroes, and these giant battles are like more in line with a military strategy game. Super popular in video game. Dumb. There are some. You might try to make something like this into an MMO, but you can't even really do that because MMOs pretty much have predetermined algorithms. So you could do raids against the boss, like World of Warcraft does. Like Legolas. Well, Legolas isn't here. Are we gonna have a little bit of a puzzle for each character? This is kind of interesting. The path has changed. Notice we're at halfway to True Adventurer already. That pretty much tells you all you need to know about the target's honor to the shoulder pad. I really like this concept of targets where you should shoot. Surprising that never got integrated. I have a feeling that a lot of what was here just got forgotten. Because I don't think this game sold very well. When you try to find this, when I was trying to find the websites for this game, the default website, it pushes you heavily towards Lego the Hobbit, which is the sequel version of this game. I imagine it's going to be a lot better, even though it's the prequel story. It's the sequel because the Hobbit movies came out. Came after the Lord of the Rings movies, and came out after the Lord of the Rings book, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I think there was definitely an attempt on J.R. Tolkien's part to say the Hobbit was always planned to be in the Lord of the Rings part of that series of books, but that there were elements to it that didn't really connect in the first print or something. Did a rewrite. If I remember any of that correctly. But that's definitely a mistake if they don't learn the good parts of even bad things. If a game makes it for sale, it's gonna have at least something to look at, to learn from. You shouldn't just try to bury your mistakes and not learn from them. There are a few good elements in it. Not a ton of them, and they're overwhelmed by the shortness of the game. Problems of the game. We seem to be spending most of the game playing as Legolas when we can, and the rest of the time playing as Sam in the Sam and Frodo missions. Where's the sword? Why does Gandalf have the sword? Oh, he doesn't. He does. Gandalf just has a white sword that's similar. So we can see this guy's here, but I have to break his armor off. I think we're gonna get gagged here. We're gonna be in his underwear. I hate when characters can pick you up and throw you. Just in general games, that's annoying. There we go. Let's get his armor off. There he goes. I wish in all Lego games, it's never been. I wish you could just not kill the AI partners of yours, because it's silly to sit there and watch them die over and over again when you're not focusing on them at all. Are we gonna even make it past the game? I don't know if we are. Knows that the horse dies and walks us in. I'm trying to find Legolas here. Build that. Get this point. Get here, get here, get here. Made it to True Adventurer. Trying to get that B prompt so I can build this. Do I just stand here and see if he attacks this? I guess I do. Standing on the chain, you should have. And then we get a cutscene again. Oh. The mob just turned into an eagle?
The eagles are coming!
He could have done this at any time. Why did it take him this long? Wow. Wow. 15 minutes to do that level. And that was kind of with taking our time. Not even really trying to speedrun it or anything. And we got True Adventure. We only got 12,000 studs. What a incredibly short level. Incredibly short. Now what would be surprising is after this level, I'm gonna hit, on the next recording, I'll hit continue story. What would be utterly shocking is if we get no gameplay at all. We just get a cutscene of Frodo throwing the ring in Mount Doom, and then that's it for the entire game, and we go to credits, and then we're just in the free play. That would be super shocking, but not even that shocking at this point. We've had such short levels. So much content is missing here. And this is the Lord of the Rings. This is the book series that they made 9 hours of movies from. How can you do that? They're failing miserably here, I feel like. I think like they probably could have had every single line of dialogue in the books in this game, and then it would have been a much longer game. Not use the voice actors from the movies, or the voice clips from the movies actually, is what it sounds like. And instead just have new voice actors voice everything, and then we would have had a lot more game. But at the end of the day, we need more Lego puzzles, we need more Lego levels, and those are just non-existent. Anywho, that's gonna be where we end this recording, sadly. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.